I hate having students lined up back to back because I always have to watch my clock. As you know, I'm just great at
time management.
Yeah.
She hasn't been up since the 4th. Mixture rich, carb heat, cold, master switch on. Prom 2 to 6. It being cold. 2.
That'll be probably good enough.
4, and locked. Open an 1/8 inch. Everything's looking good. We're clear. Clear, prep!
Hello. Is east at center. This is in a weird place and real loud.
Temperature 07 Celsius. Dew point -02 Celsius. Altimeter 3029er. Remarks. Density altitude 1,800. Thunderstorm information not available. Beckley, Raleigh County Memorial Airport. Automated weather observation 1619er Zulu. Wind 190 at 06. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 07 Celsius. Dew point -0.
Runway 19 it is. Getting it dialed in.
Yeah, I was just checking the accuracy. One thing you have to do for IFR stuff.
Beckley traffic, Skyhawk 5833 Juliet is taxiing to 19 from Albatross. Beckley traffic.
We're going on a trip, a favorite rocket ship.
Your favorite? My favorite because it's the only one I've ever flown. Everything turns, turn coordinator turns, instruments turn, DG turns, fuel says good, suction's good.
Oh yeah, I said I was gonna look at the POH tonight.
You did.
I done did it.
You'll get no judgment from me.
Normal procedures. Alright, so it says climate 53.
53?
53 is going to be your VX for short field.
Okay. Golly day. 10 degrees.
Yeah.
53. I've never actually taken off with flaps.
Really?
Yep. Alright, slow down, horsey. Don't need to run that fast.
These tires suck. There's something wrong with them.
Yeah, they're very bouncy.
Yeah.
Probably all my slamming goes.
It'd be like that. They don't say nothing for soft field, so we'll just use 0 flaps.
Alright.
It's a good general rule of thumb.
Temp's still not up, pressure's still coming up. One of the guys I work with now was telling me this second hangar out here,
Yeah.
the company he used to work for had that hangar, and they had like a bunch of Cirrus SR-20s or 22s or something,
Really?
and they would fly all over and stuff. I think it had something to do with surveying and the mining outfits, but
Interesting.
that they used to fly all over the place, but they sold out and moved out a long time ago, so I don't know what's in that one now.
Huh.
And she's twitchy on the left and right today.
Okay, it says, soft or rough field takeoffs are performed with 10 degrees of flaps by lifting the airplane off the ground as soon as practical. If no obstacles ahead, the airplane should be leveled off immediately. Accelerate when riding in soft field with an AFCG loading the Alright, so I guess we will use 10 degrees of flaps.
On the soft field.
Yeah. Neato.
Buddy, checklist. Brake cabin doors and windows. Ow! Oh my goodness. Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
That goes up, and that one goes down, down, up, up, down. Feels good. Got that. Fuel selectors on both instruments. Everything seemed well and good and set. Mixture rich. Elevator trim and rudders good. Throttle. Oh, too far.
Ah.
Right
Throttle.
mag drops. Comes back up. That scared me. Left mag drops. Comes back up.
It do be like
Those are
that.
good. Carb heat drops. Comes back up. Suction gauge is good. Pressure is good. Temp is finally in the green, it seems. Radios are set. Autopilot's in the seat next to me. We don't need air conditioners. Everything else is good.
Coolio.
We will throttle that back down. So we're doing a short field first.
Soft field first.
Soft field first.
Yeah.
So 10 degrees of flaps. Oh, there's short field normal, short field balked, and tying the plane down. So there is no soft on the checklist.
Remember, just keep the stick all the way back to your lap, and then as soon as the nose wheel starts coming off, you can release it a little bit.
Easing down on it.
Because the nose wheel don't need to be super far off the ground. Just get it a little far. As long as it's an inch off the ground, it's perfect. And as soon as it gets off the ground, just kind of drop it a little bit, hold it off until you get your speed, 70, climb out, clear the obstacles, flaps up.
Alright, so we're doing 70
Yeah.
for today.
Yeah.
This one? Alright. I wish this thing was more like a car seat belt. I go to lean forward to look out there and I get choked every single time. See no one on final, nobody playing
Nope.
anything. Beckley traffic, 5833 Juliet is taking off 19, staying in the pattern. Beckley traffic. Back.
Beckley winds variable at 4.
I can already feel the nose wheel getting light. That's crazy.
Yeah. It'll come off pretty quick.
Taxi. Out here to 19, and we're lining it up. Heels on the floor, full throttle, right rudder.
There,
Take
nose
us
wheel.
back.
Yep, so
Oh
keep
my
it right
goodness.
there. Perfect.
I don't know why I had that turned.
Oh, more right rudder.
Oh,
There
man,
you
we're
go.
off the
Keep it in
ground.
ground effect, so a little bit lower nose, lower nose. Now you got your 70, now
Now
climb.
we're at 70, now we punch it. Gotta pay way more attention to the rudders on that one, because you can't steer with the front end of this thing that way, huh?
Yeah. And clear obstacles, you can get those flaps up. Good. The nose wheel getting off was great. You held it right off. Just remember to get the nose a little bit lower. Keep it in ground effect before you start climbing. Yeah.
It jumped.
Yeah, it wants to fly, doesn't it? Especially with those 10 degrees of flaps. Stay in the pattern. Do a short field landing.
Alright.
Short field landing is going to be using all the flaps, and I was looking at the book and it said final speed was 60.
Yeah. Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turn left crosswind for 19, Beckley traffic. Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turning left downwind for 19, Beckley traffic. And you said short field, not a soft field.
Yep, short field landing. And we'll do this to a full stop.
Okay.
Remember, whenever you get on the ground and you start applying brakes, get the flaps up. As you apply brakes, I like to hold the nose wheel off the ground. Or at least not off the ground, but hold pressure off.
Gotcha. Right. Infield, carb heat, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seat belts, and switches. Still a little high. Beam the numbers. Pitch for 80, first notch. Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turning left base for 19, Beckley traffic.
So see those 1,000 footers. Only aim to be not before, but on those 1,000
On
footers.
the 1,000 footers.
So the key is to maybe get ground effect right before the 1,000 footers.
Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turning final for 19, full stop, Beckley. flap it. If I want to touch down at the 1,000 footers, my aiming point should probably be the first little markers. And she's just floating today.
Nice.
Little hard, little hard.
Apply brakes, get the flaps up. So that'll dump all the lift, which lets it sit on the main, so the brakes are technically more effective. Yeah. Go to a full stop, and then I'll do a short field takeoff.
Alright, so now for short field, we do 10 degrees of flaps. And double check it. See what it says. There you go. Short field. Airspeed 60 to 70, wing, that's a landing. 10 degrees, carb heat, brakes apply, throttle full open, mixture rich, brakes release, climb speed 53.
We'll do 53 until clear of obstacles.
Right in there.
Accelerate to 70 before getting the flaps up.
Got our 10 degrees. Get her to full throttle, sit still. And off those. Airspeed's alive. 53-ish. Yep, you squall. Wow. That was awful. Alright, we're about 200 foot up. So now we can knock them flaps out.
Wait till 70.
Till 70 speed, so
yep.
Yeah, so bring it nose back down. There we go. Wrong way.
And we'll go back around. Man, now it's like hot. Go back around and we'll do that emergency landing.
Sorry.
Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turn left, crosswind for 19, Beckley traffic.
And this is kind of what it'd look like on a check ride. That's a typical scenario where they have you do the soft field and then a short field landing, short field takeoff, emergency landing, and then they'll go out and do maneuvers.
Turn that a little tight.
I like the short field. One thing I'd suggest is don't let it float so long. You can let it touch the ground. You know, you're kind of holding it off. Just kind of let it just plop on the ground. Yeah.
Stay there.
Get it where you want it.
Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turn left downwind for 19, Beckley traffic.
Wonder if that dude down there ever gets tired of listening to people in the pattern like that. Pattern altitude.
And what's your best glide speed?
65.
Cool.
Carb heat, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, seat belts, and switches.
And my best tip for this is don't be short. It's okay to be long.
Right.
You can land anywhere on the runway as long as it's on the runway.
And we just lost our engine. Habit to just hold that thing.
And when we get on final, you can hold it. Just don't add it unless you really need to.
Right.
It's a good habit to have your hand on it though, just in case. Don't make an emergency into something that's not an emergency.
Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet on short final for
19, full stop, Beckley. I don't know why I decided to do a full stop, but it's alright.
High, low, and different.
I am allowed to use flaps. I'm not supposed to slip with a flap, but I don't even care at this point. It's an emergency. The goal is to put it on the ground, and I'm doing that. So now we'll just pull the flaps dumped. We will just float it down nice and easy.
Small little corrections.
Yep.
Small. Up above. Up above. Make sure you're landing on those mains first.
Golly day, let's just dance everywhere today.
And go around.
What's up, carb lead? Give him a minute. Full throttle. That wasn't... I got us to the runway and got it down, but I don't like that landing at all.
Yeah, I'll do another one of those. The reason we turned in really fast, you could go outbound a little bit on the downwind. You can make it kind of like a normal pattern.
Alright. That's like, so I got like... I was worried about getting too far away.
Yeah.
But I just know that I have so much runway there that it wasn't that big of a deal, but...
Yeah. Now when it's like, when you have a really heavy headwind on final, then yeah, I'd turn in pretty quick. But on a day like today where it's not that much, you can kind of make it like a normal pattern, and I'll show you on this next one.
Alright. Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turn and crosswind for 19, Beckley traffic. Beckley traffic, 33 Juliet, turn left downwind for 19, Beckley. One of these days when we're practicing maneuvers and stuff before check rat time, I'd like to go to Charleston. Just to do it to check out like their tower and ground and
Yep.
all the nuances.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll try to pack some hand warmers for you. Fuel, carb, heat, gas, undercarriage, mixture, prompts, seatbelts, switches. Click, click, click. Everything's looking good. A little high. There went the engine. Best glide.
Yep, so keep going straight and just hold it off till 65 right now.
Like, how aggressively do you just pitch for best glide? Like,
I don't pitch for it, I just hold level.
Until
So don't
you get
climb.
there?
Yeah, just keep it level until you get to 65.
Okay. So there's 65-ish, 70.
Yep. Maybe go outbound a little bit. Maybe add 10 degrees of flaps. And now start turning base.
Beckley traffic 33 Juliet, turn left base for 19, Beckley. You typically just hold best glide through the whole process?
Yeah.
Try to anyways,
Yeah.
golly day.
And now, so right here, I'd start looking, do I need to turn in more? Do I need to turn outbound more? I think we're good right here, as long as we keep holding right here. And maybe...
Beckley traffic 33 Juliet, turn and final for 19, Beckley. I think we've got enough for a second notch.
Yeah. And see how much more stabilized this feels?
Yeah. Whereas I was trying to like slip it in and get it down. Like
Yeah.
now I already feel like we're on a good path. Bird on final. Get out of
And
here.
you can make it now, so you can maybe have more flaps.
Go.
Small little corrections. Alright, flaps up and go.
That felt a lot better.
Yeah, oh, great. So it just makes, see how you can make a normal pattern out of it.
Yeah.
So don't be so scared to turn in real quick, because it does glide for quite some time. I mean, we had flaps out. If we wouldn't have even had flaps out, we would have gone even
Oh, yeah.
further. So,
Landed on those 1,000 footers.
yeah. That's my big tip with that. Also, you're doing a lot of big corrections on. Yeah. So really try and minimize it. You don't need to do such big. All it needs to be these small things, unless you're getting some type of like
Major crosswind.
yeah, wind that rolls you. Okay, then you have to roll into it. But
It's hard because there's like play.
Yeah.
Like I want to try to get through that, but
yeah.
light on the stick.
All right, we shall go up and we shall do slow flight.
Alright.
We'll go, I don't know, whatever you want. North, south, east, west. That's
Yeah.
good with me.
We can go to the south.
Sounds good.
Beckley traffic 33 Juliet is departing to the south. Beckley traffic. I haven't really done a lot of maneuvers or anything. I've flown down here some myself, but not much
Oh yeah,
otherwise.
I think the mountains are a little bit taller down here.
You got like Little Beaver Lake and then Flat Top Lake out there, and you got the whole interstate to play with.
Yeah.
Where you at, Rick? I'm just passing over Duncannon. Oh, okay. Say Darryl did okay yesterday? Engine worth a shit. You need to have him study a little bit about airspace, especially. Yeah, I know he's real weak, but he never goes anywhere much. That he needs to know it, but if he goes on a trip, I always have him talk to me about it. If I had a plane that nice, though, I'd like to take it places. Well, I think he will. Yeah, he's got that is a first-class tripation. Where are you flying now? I got a station here. He wanted to...
So you got to hit direct too now?
He
Okay.
wants to go over there, look at that, and then fly back.
Kind of. We all shut the hell up.
Yeah, we're not listening to this.
I'm in the one.
I figured if you hit nearest and enter, it would kind of do all that by itself because the nearest button is usually the old shit button. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll go nearest. Let's see, airport. And you're probably gonna have to press direct right there. I wonder if we go.
oh, so yeah, you can pick through the nearest ones
Yeah.
with the big button. That's clear direct too. Yep. Okay. Well, I learned something new. How high you want to go? 45, 55?
You go to, yeah, up to you. Either way's cool with me. We can do, let's do, 45 is cool.
Alright.
Don't climb for forever.
We are higher than we need to be.
Alright, whenever you're ready, we'll do a clearing turn. And then we'll do slow flight.
Alright, so I'm on a 135 heading right now, so I'll look over here, don't see anything, So now we'll do a nice 90-degree turn this way and see if we see anybody everywhere. Everything's looking good and clear that way. Keep going, 90 degrees is a little farther. Everything's good there, so now we will cut back. I don't see anybody. Back on a 135. All right. So now for slow flight, you just, we'll carb heat, throttle back, not quite that far. 20.
I want you to maintain an altitude, so set an altitude that you want, maintain it.
We're almost at 500, but I don't know if we're gonna get any higher or not. So we'll shoot for 59 since that's about where we're at.
Make sure you get all the flaps in there.
All the flaps.
And I want you at a speed that's right above the stall horn, so I think it's about 50. That works pretty well.
There we go.
Nice. So what I found, just like a mental tip for future reference, I found in this plane 50 and 2100 RPM works pretty darn nice, and then you just have to adjust the RPM for the day.
Right. Right now I'm trying to get back that extra like 20 feet and it's not doing it.
Yep. If you ever need to climb, you remember you can bring the carb heat in too, and that'll give you like an extra couple horsepower.
Of course, coordinated flight helps a lot too. I'm way off my heading now because I was paying too much attention to everything else. Alright, so there we are. There's about 21. Now we're too high because of all the fun and excitement.
Let's do a right-hand turn to the west.
All the way to the west?
Yeah.
270.
And make sure whenever you're out of the green, have that carb heat out. So I do carb heat, then add it to 21. It's kind of my rule of thumb.
We're getting down to where I wanted to be in the first place now. Nice slow right-hand turn. More of my foot than anything else.
Yeah.
November 466 Charlie Papa, contact Indy Center on 123.7.
Nice. All right, give me a left-hand turn to east.
77 for November 466 Charlie Papa.
Ooh, someone's in trouble.
What was that?
It was just evidently someone didn't switch the right frequency, so he was on guard, saying, trying to call it to the Cessna.
Farther.
Very nice. That slow flight looked great. Other than just not adding the flaps in the beginning.
All of them.
Yeah. Other than that, that looked great. Yeah, I have no complaints on that. Let's do a power
This
off.
feels amazing.
Yeah, let's do a power off stall. And on this one, we're trying to keep your heading plus or minus 10 degrees. That's the standards on this.
Alright.
You have plus or minus 10 degrees on your heading, and you don't have anything for the airspeed or altitude, so literally your only standard for the stall is proper recovery procedure and
Okay.
10 degrees of heading.
So right now I would just pull the throttle, let it slow down, which it's already pretty slow,
Yeah.
just to kind of hold it there, and then develop a full stall. It brakes, carb heat and throttle,
And don't forget to the flaps up halfway. That'll allow you to climb.
Half, but we didn't even lose 100 foot on that one according to that, but I didn't look at it in the middle of everything, so. Chop it back, get more flaps in there, carb heat it back out.
Trying to get back over to your 070 heading, or 080 I should say.
Yeah. Don't start squalling at me. I went too far.
And do another power off stall.
All right. Everything feels good. We're sitting at that. So power that back. Full stall. Brakes. Throttle. Have flaps.
So you notice how every single time your heading gets super far off to the left?
Yep.
You need more right rudder on that whenever you add the power. Because you're pitching up and you're adding power, so all those things accelerate you to the left. So just know whenever you're doing that, push right rudder.
Okay.
And on this next one, when you're adding the power, keep your nose a little bit low because I want you to get to 70 before you climb. Okay. So you can go full power right rudder, keep the nose low, flaps up halfway, and then 70, then start climbing. Now it's just fine tuning it.
All right, well, we're at 5,000 feet now, so.
Sounds good.
All right, so now, throttle this. The stall. Getting it up to 70. I took out like all the flaps to begin with, which was stupid, but and I gained more to the right than I did to the left.
That's pretty good. I like that. I do get your nose a little bit lower before adding the power, just to kind of signify to the examiner, hey, I'm getting my nose down, rather than kind of just nose down, power in.
Right.
So you see that you're getting that nose down. All right, then add the power. You don't need to do everything so quick. It can be slow, as long as you got the proper recovery. We'll do one more, and then we'll go on to power on stall, and this will be a turning stall.
A turning stall?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So 15 degrees left or right, the examiner can ask you to do this. He'll ask you for a power off turning stall. Have you ever done one of these?
No.
I can show you how to do the first one. I got the plan.
Your controls?
There's really no difference to it. It's just get your nose down first, and then the only difference is you roll out of it one way or the other.
Okay.
Don't roll out of it too early. You want to roll out of it after your wings are unstalled. So make sure you get that nose down first, and then do your recovery.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna roll off to the left, pull power idle. I'm just holding it off. And there it goes. Drop, roll, and I'd add power right now, but I'm gonna do it to the right.
Okay.
Pitching it up. Got my 15, just holding it on the horizon. It'll stall eventually. There it goes. Drop, roll. Add the power, flaps up halfway. There's 70, start climbing. Positive rate, flaps up all the way. So see how the only difference was I released the nose and then rolled out of it.
Right.
And you saw how slow I was on doing everything. I didn't need to be fast. You don't need to be
You don't have
fast.
to be like.
No, yeah. So.
How'd you change that? Did you reach over and touch it, or?
No, it does that whenever you get into an unusual attitude.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I haven't figured out how to change it back, so, that's how you do it. Oh, neat. Learn something new.
That's funny. Like, I've never seen it do that before. Just changed. I was like, huh.
Any questions on that?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, you got the plan.
My controls?
Your controls. Give me a left-hand turn to 330. And I'll have you do one of those. The key to those is, like, it feels weird, but don't get scared of it. Just kind of, you saw it stalled, I released it, and it started flying again. We were just in a descending left-hand turn.
I guess just the whole like spin thing is that nagging voice in the back of my head.
As soon as you, so think about this, it takes about 2 full turns to get into a spin.
Oh, okay.
So you could go around 1 turn and not be in a spin. So you gotta hold it in there for 2 full turns.
So it's like getting into a spin actually takes a little bit of effort.
You gotta work for it.
Okay. So now back into slow flight.
Yep.
Carb heat, throttle, back, bunch of flaps. Slowing it way down, way down, way down. More flaps. They're bringing my throttle back in.
Alright, so now get yourself in either left-hand or right-hand turn. And then pull the power to idle. And just hold it about 15 degrees of bank and hold it up and pitch. Up, 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 up. And almost. Is that as far back as you can get it? Yeah. Alright.
So we're just gonna...
So you can just release it, roll, power, pitch, and pull. Carb heat flaps.
Carb heat, you just a little bit at a time.
Yeah, I do like half and then do the second half after I get a positive rate on these 2. Like right there. Very nice. You said there's nothing to it. That one didn't even want to stall.
Yeah, no, it did not want to break.
Yeah, the right ones are a lot harder to stall than the left ones. We'll do let's do one to the left, and
Alright.
You'll see how easy those ones are to get into it.
I'll throttle it back down, half flaps.
And I want you to work on holding your 5,000 feet. Don't climb. So you're just pitching up too much. Just hold level when you're getting into slow flight.
Okay.
You have plus or minus 100 feet on the slow flight.
I would have busted it by going that high.
Don't forget carb heat. Alright, let's get a left-hand turn going. And pull the power.
Hold it on the horizon. And we'll
There it goes.
break at that time and then nose down, level, carb heat, throttle. We're still falling like a rock, so we'll get a good
Just make sure you get the flaps up. So power and flaps up halfway will happen immediately. And then once you get the positive rate, then you get the flaps
Then
up all
you
the
take
way.
the rest of the flaps,
Yeah.
okay.
So it should be kind of a force of habit. As soon as you stall, power, flaps up halfway, hold till 70, then climb, flaps up all the way. Very nice. All looking good. I think
Not too shabby.
a couple more times you'll get a knockdown. I think chair plan will help a lot with that one. Just, you know, as soon as you stall, power, flaps up halfway, kind of do that when you chair fly. You know, then you'll remember to do that.
Right.
All right, let's do a power on stall. Let's turn left, heading. I know it's really not. I wish we could just cage it on that.
Yeah.
I'll do left 330 and then power on stall.
So there's 330. I've already got us slowed down, but I need to get us down to like rotate.
Yeah, it has 70. I like to do 70.
Okay.
And again, on this one, really watch your heading. Make sure you're trying to do all this in proper heading.
All right. So we're at about 70. So carb heat, full throttle.
Yep.
And pitch the hell out of it.
That's enough pitch right there. You don't need to go too high. So you're not gonna have to do anything with the power. Just keep the power all the way in the
I'll
entire
just
time.
leave it in?
Yeah.
All right.
And here I'll show you. I got to play for a second. So
Your controls.
only push it up to like 20 degrees. It hurts. It makes it harder for you. So that these 2 lines, because I don't think you'll have this when you do
Yeah.
it. So
Unless we've already done the other ones. Rotate. Push the button.
so only push it up to the second black line, and it'll stall the plane.
Okay.
And then whenever I do it, I'm just going to release to the horizon. You saw how we pushed up to like 35 degrees, and you had to drop it below the horizon? Because you're at such a high angle. So if you bring it up to like 20, you only have to bring it down to the horizon. So I'm going to add it, pitching up, Right about there. There it goes. Down to the horizon. Nice speed to accelerate. And then climbing. So you saw I didn't have to do anything with that. So like, it's the easiest recovery.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more nose high. So that's a pro tip I like to use. 20 degrees.
20 degrees.
Yeah, it works really nicely. Alright, you get the plane, and I'll have you do that.
My controls.
Your controls.
We are on 33 degrees. So I'm gonna pull it back. Just to ease it down to like 70. Alright, so now pull in. To just kind of pitch it up to like right there and just hold it for a minute. We're bleeding speed.
One more right rudder. There it goes.
And that wing dipping down to the side scared me.
They had a little bit too much right rudder
Yeah.
there. Alright, we'll do it again. This time, really try and use your peripheral, because it's really hard to see outside, so you really try and use your peripheral vision to tell if you're going left or right, left or right. That's what I focus on mainly. I looked inside to just kind of verify I was holding 330, but the whole time I was staring right outside, trying to use my peripheral vision. I'm not
Just
looking
to
around.
hold it.
Yeah, because you already know you're going to stall, so.
Alright, so there we're at 70. So now take off. And pitching up to about 20 degrees. We're gonna hold it.
A tad more right rudder. A little less right rudder. It's perfect right rudder. There it goes.
There's the stall.
See how much easier that is with it so coordinated like that?
It just fell right into it. Even the stick did like what it needed to do to keep the plane level at that point.
Exactly. So, and were you able to see that peripheral vision, seeing if you were like a little bit left, a little bit right, and you just corrected with the rudder pedals very nice and gently. And that's how you make it so it's easier for yourself. What's that?
I said I was watching the road down there to see like
Oh, yeah.
what direction it was going.
Yeah. That was great. I have no complaints on that. Any questions on that?
No, that actually felt really good.
The only thing the examiner's going to want to see is a climb afterwards. So as soon as you level the nose, get a 70 and start climbing until he says so.
Okay.
But I know you can do that. Okay, we did power off stalls, power off turning, power on stalls, slow flight. Let's see.
For me,
There's-
just hit a steep turn
Oh, yeah, let's do steep turns.
and see what's what. We'll do us another little clearing turn to the left. Oh god, there's the runway. We probably ought to just go back to the south and get away from that so we're not bothering people in the pattern.
And then here in a minute we'll start putting on the foggles and doing all that fun stuff. Unusual attitudes and such. Hopefully I don't get motion sick.
Never had a problem with that like my entire life, knock on wood.
Cool.
Of course, I've never tried to do like a whole bunch of foggle stuff in an airplane either, so.
Yeah. There's a guy down there.
Oh yeah?
Do formation with him.
Banzai! That's cool.
I love these fall colors.
Low. Right, that's not just me, like he's down there at like the 500 foot just buzzing.
We're also pretty high. We're 6,000 feet.
Oh my god.
I can't see him, but
He's probably directly under us now.
yeah, no, he's probably 2,000 feet lower than us, so he's probably pattern altitude.
So
Roughly.
amazing how easy he was to see. When I was on my long cross country the other day, like I could see like stuff on ADSB and I like
Yeah.
trying to find it, just freaking oblivious. Alright, let me get her back up here to about 6,000 or so. We'll do us a quick little clearing turn while we gain that altitude back. I do not see any more traffic to the right or ahead of us.
They're done rambling.
Beckley traffic, Comanche 6874 Papa, turning left downwind for 19er, full stop, Beckley.
It's a good bird, Comanche.
Okay. Rolling her back out on a 180. Overshot it by a couple of degrees, but that's alright.
And you know where 45 degrees is on here, alright? It's in between that
In
30
between
and 60.
30 and 60 is 45,
Yeah.
so I want to aim for like the middle of that.
Yep. And the biggest, my tips on steep turns, once you get 45 degrees of bank, park it at 45 and just work the pitch. Don't work the bank, work the pitch. And as soon as you feel light in your seat, altimeter might not change for a couple seconds, but you'll be descending. It kind of lags a little bit, so don't feel light in your seat for too long.
As I think I said, I've read that most people say you will see deviations here before you see them here because of how fast this thing tells you if you're going up or down as compared to that one.
Yeah.
So we did our clearing turns, everything is looking good. We are on a south heading. So now we will just add a little power to keep from losing altitude and bank that puppy over to like right there. I kind of try to pick me a good spot on here to keep at the horizon, but I'm losing it, so it needs to be higher. And I lost my bank. And I'm falling like a rock. Yeah, my first one's usually awful, so I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. So pitch up a little bit more because you're still descending. Up, 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 up. There we go, getting down to the back, looking great. Once we get to the south heading, roll out to do a right-hand steep turn.
About 15 to the southwest of the field.
And be coordinated when you do it.
And be coordinated. Whoop.
There's a wake.
And then there's our 180, and then
So right better when you roll into that. Yeah,
bounce
there you go.
straight to the right.
Comanche 6874 Papa, left base for 19er, full stop, Beckley.
With the full stop, you gonna need fuel?
We will want fuel, yes.
Roger, sir.
Nope. There was the wake. And ease the rollout right on 180-ish.
Nice. You lost the bank a little bit at the end, but it was good. Let's do another left-hand one.
Alright.
And once you get to 45, remember just park the bank and then work the pitch.
When you say park the bank, you just mean just...
Yeah, so like when I roll into it, I'll just park it right there and I won't really do anything with the bank. I'll just work that pitch up and down.
Gotcha. Alright, so here we are, back at 6,000 feet. Everything still looks clear. So, now we just bank, head there, and leave it alone. And you already broke 100 foot.
Yeah, so roll out of it real quick. So whenever you're rolling into it, you don't need to do it so quick. So like here, I got the plan for a second.
Your controls?
My controls. So let's get a 6,000. And within the first 30 degrees of the turn, your nose really wants to drop. So I might, keep right there. And then now, after 30 degrees, you saw how you felt a little back pressure.
Back.
Yeah, so now I'm climbing, so I dropped it just a tad bit, but I wasn't lighting my seat for too long. I just dropped it for a second. Now I'm just parking that bank at 45 and working the pitch. I don't need to do too much of, working it, just very small little corrections. Climbing a little bit, so I dropped it for a second. That makes sense? So you're doing a lot more work than you really need to, because you're doing these big little
Like
corrections.
where I was like trying to slam it over into 45 and get into the steep turn.
Yeah. Overshot a little bit. There you go. Does that make sense? So just make it easy for yourself. Just do small little corrections.
Little correction. And let's drop her back down. Come on. Alright, 6,000 feet.
Beckley traffic, Comanche clear at 19er, Beckley.
So now we just kind of roll her over gently. And now we're where we need to be. Just kind of hold it there.
So don't be lighting your seat for too long. Keep pulling up, up,
It's hard to feel that
up.
light in the seat. It broke it.
So you're letting it go really nose low in the beginning, so keep pulling it up. Don't let it go nose low. Keep it right on that horizon.
Negative. We're picking up some dogs for distress.
Roger. Did you say you need fuel?
Affirm, if possible.
I'm just gonna roll out and start over again.
Where are you
Alright.
picking the dogs up?
Apparently there's an FBO to the right of the terminal building.
Okay, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. If you want to keep coming up Echo and turn left on Alpha and left on Delta and just park across from the fuel truck.
Left on Alpha, left on Delta, across from the fuel truck.
So I want you to keep positive pressure on your seat after 30 degrees. And it shouldn't be too much pressure. You saw when I added it, it was just a tad bit of pressure.
Right.
But it was enough to hold it right on that horizon, just kind of roll it on the horizon.
Get back to 150 and paying attention. Deep breath, relax, fly the airplane. Alright, there's a 150 heading. We're almost to 61, so we'll shoot for 61 instead of going down. So now, 61, 146 heading. Getting hard here. So now we will roll it on over. Keep it pitched up.
Keep positive pressure, positive pressure, positive pressure. See on that little second, we drop, 50 feet.
Now we're dropping 100 feet.
So after 30 degrees, just make sure in your brain you're feeling pressure into your seat. Because after 30 degrees, it really wants to drop. As you roll out of it, use your right rudder.
10 miles.
Very nice.
Just to work about it. 8 miles, runway 7, hot spring. Elizabeth in traffic, Skyhawk at 820 Bravo is now 3 miles inbound for landing runway 6, Elizabeth.
Nice.
Because the right one there felt way better.
Yep. There's always one that the students either better at one or the other. There's always one that they're better at. Very nice. All right, you want to do foggle time for the rest of the flight so you can keep that point forward.
Your controls.
My controls.
Where's that? I'll put it back here. Foggle time.
Yeah, buddy. Whee! Alrighty. Whenever you want it, you can take controls.
My controls.
Your controls. Alright, flight heading of 360 and maintain 6,000 feet for me.
Wind way too far. 360. Maintain 6,000.
So, big thing about IFR flying, this thing is the most critical piece of information you can ever get. Whenever you're doing changes on, change any type of flight performance characteristic, change it on here and here.
Okay.
Those are your two performance instruments, or not performance, control instruments, I'll call them. So my thing is ETCA. I use ETCA when I'm doing IFR stuff. E is established, known, pitch, bank, and power setting. So pitch and bank are going to be on here, and power setting is going to be down there. So established, known, pitch, bank, and power setting. We know that, 2300 and level on the horizon is about cruise flight, right? So it's got to be at a nose, pitch, and power setting. And then T is trim off pressure to be able to fly hands off. And then C is cross-check performance. So these are going to be your performance instruments. So you're going to cross-check, is it doing what you like? we're descending a little bit, and we're a little high, so it's doing what I like. I like it right there.
It's doing what I wanted to do right now.
Yep. And then A is adjust the control for what you want in performance. So if there's anything wrong that you don't like on these, go back to your control and adjust it on there, and then look back at these and see if it's doing what you like. So never adjust your anything on you're looking at these things. Always adjust it on the attitude indicator. And the way I do that scan is I like the hub and spoke scan.
Like bounce, 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 bounce.
Yeah, and it always resonates from right here. So it'll go here, 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 here. So you see how it always jumps back to the attitude, because that is our control instrument.
Say again, please, 3 Mike Tango.
Alright, give me a right-hand turn to the east.
No, I won't need any fuel. Thank you.
So now when you adjust this, you're going to adjust it on the control, which is your attitude. And you're going to set it, trim off pressure if you need to. And then cross-check performance. Is it doing what you want it? Yeah, we're holding level, we're turning, we're, in a standard rate turn. And so we don't need to adjust anything, so we're just going back to our scan.
Doing our scan, watching our altitude, trimming off pressures.
And you can fly normal cruise. You don't need to be, slowing down to 90, so you can put carb in and put power to 23 if you want.
I lost my turn.
Give me a left-hand turn to 030. Big reason we practice IFR stuff with the prep pilot student is cloud avoidance. Most likely time that you're going to run into a cloud, nighttime. I don't know if you've flown at night and seen, but you cannot tell where any clouds are, right?
No.
You can't tell unless you can't, you know there's a light down there and now you can't see the light because then you're in a cloud. That's pretty much the only way to tell where a cloud is. So, if you got into a cloud, what might you do?
Standard rate turn.
Yeah, standard 180 degree turn, right?
For a minute.
Because obviously where you just came from didn't have a cloud because you were VFR. So if you turn around 180 degrees, you should be out of it. So I'd turn around 180 degrees and I'd start flying outbound. Now let's say you just really can't tell where you are. We need help. What might you do then?
Climb.
First thing I'd do is, if I know I'd descend. Yeah, if I was pretty high, I'd descend first. Just because I don't want to get onto an over-the-top situation where I'm stuck on top of the clouds. But I'd also maybe contact approach. There's nothing embarrassing to say, hey, I ran into a cloud at night. It's not your fault. You didn't know there was a cloud. So say, hey, can you give me vectors out? And they'll take you to a certain altitude. They'll do exactly what I'm doing with you right now. They'll say, fly heading 030, maintain 6,000. And they'll do that. That's like half IFR flying. Radar vectors.
Just listening to what they tell you.
Alright, give me a descent to 5,000 feet. Left turn to 010. You you wanted to go towards Beckley, let's say you're in a cloud right now and you didn't have your GPS, you have the VOR, how could you find how to go to the VOR, to Beckley?
How to get to the Beckley?
Yeah.
I would tune to it and find my radial to where it said, like, if I'm on the 24 radial 2, then I would fly the 60. Like, I would tune that to 60 and fly that heading.
So actually do that for me. So tune it to whatever it goes to.
Is it on the, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's 117.7.
There's from, let's got a little too excited.
Make sure while you're doing that, you're keeping your scan going with your heading and altitude and all that.
So it's on about a 280, we're on the 280 radial heading to it.
Okay.
So if we're on the 280 radial to it, we need to do the 100.
Nope, so it'll be 280 heading you'll fly to go towards.
It'll be a 28 and a 282?
Yeah.
Because if I'm on the 28 radial flying to it, I need to be flying the opposite radial to get to it, right?
No, so you'd go 280 towards the VOR. So you'd do a left-hand turn. Now if it was from, then yeah, you'd do the opposite. So like if you're from around 090, so 090, you'd fly the 270 towards. But that's gonna be your reverse sense.
So I had the whole thing backwards in my head for some reason today.
Yeah, so whatever's 2, that's gonna be towards, just think of like 2 as you're towards heading towards the VOR.
Yeah, okay. So to fly 270 heading, I got a little too low while I was arguing with all that.
Let's make a left-hand turn to 330. Alright, so now we talked about VORs, we talked about emergency situations and IMC. So now we're doing, gonna do unusual attitudes. Unusual attitudes, have you done these before?
No.
Alright, so the big thing is, there's certain recoveries for, whatever you're doing. It's gonna be, power is always gonna be the first thing you do. That's either gonna be roll or pitch. So if I'm in a descending left-hand turn, let's say,
okay.
I'm gonna notice that by, I'm gonna be in the black, my airspeed's gonna be increasing, I'm gonna be turning right here, I'm gonna be turning right here, altitude's decreasing, so all these things are key factors to look at. And so descending left-hand turn, first thing I'm gonna do is pull the power to idle, and then roll the wings level, and then pitch up. Reason being, first off, I want to slow down because I'm obviously probably accelerating pretty fast if I'm in an unusual attitude. Then I'm going to roll the wings level first before pulling up, because if I start pulling up with the wings turned, the load factor increases, right?
Yep.
So you have a risk of stalling the plane or breaking the plane. So descending left-hand turn or right-hand turn, pull the power to idle, roll wings level, pitch up. Climbing left to right-hand turn, first thing I'm going to do is add the power, push down, and then roll wings level. So see the difference there? It's going to be, the descending one's going to roll out first, the climbing one's going to pitch down first, and then roll wings level. Reason being, we're not worrying about load factor at that point, we're worrying about stalling the plane. We don't want to stall it, so we're going to decrease it, then roll.
But you said if you're in the blue, you add power first, and if you're in the black, you pull it back.
Yep.
Right? So if you're in the blue, add power, nose down, level the wings.
Yes.
If you're in the black, level the wings and nose up to keep the load factor.
Yeah, and power out, yep.
Power out.
So I got the plane real quick.
Your controls?
My controls. So I'll just show you a few of them real quick.
All right.
I'll show you how exaggerated you can be with your examiner, and your examiner doesn't care as long as you get the proper sequence. The thing he does care about is you doing the improper sequence. A lot of students get so scared and they do something really quick and just a quick reaction and they do it wrong. Like a lot of students will be going downhill and they'll add power. So it's just that quick reaction. So think of it. Think through everything. Make sure everything's going on. All right, now do it. So let's say I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to do a right-hand turn. All right? I'm going to try to make this as coordinated as I can.
Okay.
Got my eyes closed. And look up. Okay, airspeed's increasing. Pull power idle.
Power back.
Roll wings level.
Level.
And then pitch up.
And ease it out.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So see how I first got a hold of the situation, my airspeed was increasing, I was in the black, pulled the power to idle, and then I reacted as I was in a turn, I rolled the wings level, and then I started pitching up. And I did everything in an order. I didn't do anything at the same time, I did everything in an order.
One thing at a time.
Yep. And now let's say I'm gonna do left-hand climbing turn. Keep my eyes open for this one.
Yeah.
And okay, I need to recover, so I'm gonna add power, pitch down, and then roll.
Pitch down and roll.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Any questions?
I hope I can not panic and remember and do it one step at a time. So.
Yep, just one step at a time. Don't do anything fast.
Right.
Alright, you get the plane.
My controls?
Your controls, close your eyes.
Okay.
Go into left-hand turn.
Oh, this is nuts.
Recover.
Alright, so power out. Should have powered way out. Now we level. Yeah, see, it was all I just wanted to fix everything all at once.
That was good though. I like it. You got to control the situation. You looked at everything and made sure everything, was going on that you thought was going on. And then you corrected for it.
Alright, so I was in a nose down left-hand turn.
You got it, and you pulled power. Roll the wings.
Leveled out, and then pulled it back.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to write this one down so it kind of like sticks.
Yeah. Alright, I got the plan.
Your controls?
So it's kind of fun. Every student, just so you know, like every student, whenever I tell them to close their eyes and do a turn, they always go descending. They never do climbing. Alright, so you can close your eyes and I'll try and get you into an unusual attitude.
Alright.
Sometimes I like to play a game and try and mess with the student's mind, like make them think they're turning right when they're really turning left.
What was it I saw where they had them like tuck their ear down and like this so you can't really feel what the hell's going on?
Correct.
Alright, we are high. So we add power and then level.
Nice.
This doesn't seem too bad.
Nah, it's pretty small.
I guess it's
as long as you
just learning if I can remember what direction to pull the black stick first, like the rest of it just kind of falls into place.
Yeah. Yeah. And the biggest thing is, like, even on a check ride, don't get scared and try and think you have to do it so quick. You don't need to do it quick.
Okay.
Think of it first. Alright, I was climbing. My airspeed was decreasing. I added the power. Alright, now I need to pitch down, and I'll roll.
And then level.
Yeah.
Alright.
He won't fail you for being slow. He can fail you for not doing it in the proper
Do it in
sequence.
the right order.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm gonna close my eyes, hit it again.
Alright, sounds good.
Play it again, Sam.
Which way are we going?
It feels like I'm turning to the left.
Which way are we going? Uh-oh.
And down, maybe? I don't even know. Now I'm lighting the seat.
Oh! Which way are we going?
Oh, man. It still feels like we're in a left down.
Correct.
Alright, so... Ooh.
Full power?
Yep, power out and then level. Man, I was everywhere because I thought we were turning to the left, and we were not at all.
Mission accomplished.
That
Isn't that so weird?
For a loop, man, this thing is out of whack.
And then add the power and get to level. So that's how you get into an unusual attitude. Maybe you're looking down at your, tablet because you're trying to figure out the nearest approach frequency to contact them, and you get into a turn and you think you're turning right, or you think you're turning left, and you're actually in a right-hand descending turn. That's an unusual attitude.
That was...
And that show beam?
It felt like I was doing the complete opposite of that, and I had to think about it for a minute, because I grabbed it and I started to correct for what I felt, and I was about to make it worse.
Alright, give me a left-hand turn, to like north.
To north?
Yeah.
Alright. We're about 4,500-ish or so. Feels pretty good.
Fun stuff.
That's intense.
So the cool thing about you doing it, you know, with your examiner, at least you have a better idea of kind of, generally you're the one that's doing it, so you can kind of know that you're a left-hand turn because you rolled into a left-hand turn. And you're descending because you're making yourself descend.
So will the DPE like take over and put me in a situation, or does he just say do it?
Sometimes he'll put you into one. A lot of times, most of the time, they'll have you put your head down and then close your eyes. And then when you look up, it kind of gives you an illusion too, because if you look up too quick, you kind of feel like you're tumbling backwards. So that's kind of a weird trippy thing. So yeah, let's actually try that. Let's see what it does.
Alright.
I want you to close your eyes, put your head down, and then as soon as I tell you to recover, look up real fast. It's called the somnographic illusion. There's a...
Somnographic?
Yeah. There's a FO, and his name's Sumner here at Air Cargo, and one time they were flying an approach down to minimums. He looked up real quick, and he felt like he was tumbling backwards, so he pitched up super high, so we call him somnographic Sumner.
Oh.
Better than that nickname. It's kind of funny.
Oh my god. Feels like we were rolling and slipping all at the same time.
Like a roll. Correct.
Oh no, you want to add power for that.
See what I'm saying? It's those things where you want to correct real fast, but just get a controlled situation first. Add the power, pitch down, roll wings level.
Alright. Do it one more time and I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to freak out and grab the controls.
Traffic Scout 6 Echo Tango is 3 miles northeast, inbound straight in runway 25.
Correct.
Correct. Nose down, power. Wings level.
See, added power.
And then pulled out.
So I kind of played a mind game with you right there.
Okay.
I powered back to make you think you were climbing. So you thought you were climbing, so you added power, right?
I did. I went straight for it.
Yeah. So get a control of the situation. I did that just to mess you up.
That's all right. That's. I mean, you got to learn.
But so you know, your brain will play mind games. You heard we were decelerating, but I put us in a right hand descending turn, decelerating. So get a control situation, and then okay, do I need to add power or decrease power? Airspeed's gonna tell you that one. So okay, I'm fast to pull power. All right, now you're looking at this. Am I to turn? Or climbing or whatever, then do the proper sequence from that. Alright, I got the plane.
Your controls?
My controls. Are you feeling fine?
Yeah,
sick? Okay,
I'm fine.
Cool.
You want me to close my eyes again?
Yeah.
Alright, eyes closed, head down.
And you don't need to like whip your head up anymore. I just wanted to see if you did that one time.
Well, traffic side 6 Echo Tango is 25.
Correct.
Alright, now we are nose up, so I need less power.
And book your airspeed first. So your speed is slow, so add the power.
Add power, airspeed slow. So blue, add power, black, out power.
Yeah. And look for this for your...
backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, yeah, look here first, because that doesn't matter, because you don't have to do it fast.
Yeah. Get a control of the situation. Okay, I'm descending, my speed's, increasing. Okay, power out, or I'm up high, my speed's decreasing, add the power.
Gotcha. I keep going here and trying to remember what direction for what color, and
yeah,
it apparently wasn't helping me. Alright.
One more and then we'll be done with this.
Okay.
Correct.
Airspeed's going down, so we add power and level it out.
Very nice.
Smooth.
Perfect recovery.
Yeah, that one felt good.
Yeah, so you just get to control the situation. Okay, I was high, airspeed decreasing at the power. Okay, I'm gonna turn. Alright, but I'm already high, so I'm gonna push down first, and then rolling accelerator. Alrighty, last things last. We're gonna do the approach into Beckley. So I'm gonna pull up the approach plate, and it's gonna be, I believe, 111.7. Yep.
111.7 on
And
the
then
localizer.
Tune that to 193.
1580, 193, give or take. Well, that should be 5 right there, so.
Yeah. And then descend to 4400. And give me a left-hand turn to, I don't know. It's north. That's cool with me.
That unusual attitude recovery is fun. I think that was.
Yeah, it's kind of something different. It plays mind games with you. That's the whole IFR world. It's all about mind games. It's all about not trusting what you feel. Your whole life you're taught to trust your senses. IFRs don't trust your senses,
no.
trust your instruments. Cool, we got 44 on the north heading. Alright, give me a left-hand turn to 250. So to give you some situational awareness, we're going to be flying the approach course inbound right here. That's where we're going right now.
Okay.
So we're turning inbound to intercept that course. Does that make sense?
Yep. I think so. Now, where exactly do you find the minimums on this thing?
Minimums are going to be down here. We're going down to 2700.
Okay.
So 2700 will be our minimums. And then what you're going to do is you're going to
But 200-foot minimums because the airport's 25, right?
yes. Do this one too. I like 193. Yeah, I think that one's any more echo. We need to do like that. There you go.
Yeah, you go.
Alright, approach course is coming in, so turns to left to 093.
09.
Or 193, sorry.
Okay. 193.
And as soon as this bar starts coming down, I want you to slow down to get to flap range.
Okay.
So keep holding your altitude.
Nope.
Very nice. So keep holding your altitude, climb. Get up to 4400 again. So I don't need more power necessarily because you're already going fast, so just pitch up. There you go.
I see it coming in now.
Yep. So now start slowing down to flap range. Maybe pull power back to 1500 with carb heat.
Map out, carb heat, down to our flap range.
At 10 degrees.
First
Yep.
notch.
And we'll do this approach at 10 degrees of flaps.
Okay.
And you'll fly down at 70, so whatever it takes to maintain 70 in altitude right now. So add power, add power. And then whenever this needle gets centered, start descending.
And there's center, or a little off course.
Yeah. So now start,
Now I can pull
maybe
this
like a
out.
500 foot descent. 500 foot descent will work pretty good.
So
Zone Tower, fast track to about a minute from radar jumpers, 14,000 feet below you, caution and same Middletown guys.
So now you're just trying to keep that, the donut centered, right?
Yep.
And the closer you get, the more sensitive this is going to be. So don't try and follow it. Do small little corrections. Once you start getting closer, I don't want to see like 2-degree increments on the turn.
If it's under, I'm below, right?
It's under your high,
Okay.
so you need to descend just a tad more. So when you get closer, only like 2-3 degree increments of turns, and then only like 100 or 200 feet changes in vertical speed.
Right.
So see now we're low.
Yeah.
So pull up a little bit, and just small a little bit, just enough to get like maybe 500 for a little bit. See how that little bit just changed it a ton?
Yeah.
Very nice. Like traffic central BBJ, it's 5 miles to the north and downline on 19, agreed. So a little low, so maybe work it up to 200 feet per minute. But you add a touch of power and watch your course.
Wow. Will I have to come way over and correct for that to get back
And right about
on?
there, that should be good heading. That'll be enough correction. So remember, a couple degrees of correction, or else you're just going to oscillate
Just
back and
gonna
forth. Yep.
Sling past it.
So with that heading, it'll eventually get on course, right? So that's kind of the way I think about it. Eventually, it will go on course. So now you're back on the proper course. So now turn right to the 193, and you're a little low. So maybe add a touch of power. We'll just level off right here for a second. Turn right.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright, glide slope's coming back down, that's helping out. And turn right a little bit, we're still
Yeah,
off
we're
the
still
course.
way off course. Like it just, I get it pointed in a direction and then it just argues with me.
So maybe keep, that line right there.
Is the actual
track. Yep, so keep that just to the right of the blue. Small little corrections. And try and maintain 70 knots.
Oh wow.
Next traffic, southbound 3 Jordan, southbound 2 miles for the Alice 19 record. I need some water, my throat's getting all foggy.
Yeah, a little scratchy. Alright.
There we go, we got a glide slope looking nice.
Back
We're
on the
correcting
glide
back
slope.
onto the localizer. And do very small, you're really close now, so do very small corrections. See how that tiny little correction made the
Yeah,
glide slope change a ton? So it's very, very sensitive. So you got 100 feet till minimums. And look up.
Oh, and there she is. Not too bad. A little off center, but now we can just, now do you do flaps anything else or do you just fly it in at 10 degrees?
Yeah, you can get flaps 20 if you want. Or a little low, so just make sure you don't hit trees.
Yep. Bleed at speed.
Nice. There you go.
Let the nose wheel touch a little hard at first, but
You got the mains, that was good. That was a good landing.
alright. What time's your next student at 2?
Yeah. Yeah, so we gotta probably call it a full stop.
Alright.
We got a 1.4, so that's good. 0.4 of an instrument, got all the instrument done. get a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Or stop talking, one of the two.
I mean, doing all the talking is your job.
Back when I was flight instructing in Ohio, my first couple weeks out there, I had a really, really bad sore throat, and it got to the point where I couldn't even talk one day. So I decided to go into the doctor because I'm like, man, this ain't right. And they looked at my throat, and my back of my throat was all just red, like really, really inflamed. And they swabbed. I didn't have any type of like infection back there or anything. It was just because I was just talking too much, and just my throat was always just dried out.
Wow. I've never talked that much. So.
But it didn't help. I probably wasn't drinking enough water either, and you get dehydrated up there.
Beckley traffic, Skyline 583308 is clear of 19 taxiing to Albatross. Beckley traffic.
Alright, good work today. Debrief. What did you like? What did you not like? What can you do better? What can I help you do better?
I did not like my steep turns. And I guess it's the first turn getting into it and not screwing things up in that process is clearly where I was making the mistakes.
I think on that left-hand turn, you just kept yourself light for too long. Just recognize after 30 degrees of bank, you really need to maintain positive pressure into your seat. So just get a little bit of back pressure. Because if you're negative for more than 2 to 3 seconds, you're going to descend 100 feet. That's really hard to get it back. What else?
Was it my soft field takeoff or was it the short field takeoff where I didn't put it in ground effect quick enough?
Soft field.
Soft field. With 10 degrees of flap, bringing the wheel up, holding it there, and then when it finally comes off, then you level out and hold it till you get up.
Yeah.
The short field takeoff, you pull it up 50 until you're high enough, and then you stop.
Yeah, you just keep climbing. The soft field, a big thing I'll tell you on that one too is do not look inside. The whole soft field thing, get your nose wheel off, and you're in ground effect, hold it off on ground effect, and then climb up once you feel you're ready. Feel it kind of accelerating for a little bit. You've been on ground effect a couple seconds to start climbing, and then look. I've had students on me where they'll get in a ground effect, and then they'll look down at the airspeed real quick, and they'll pitch down, and you're already that low to the ground, and you're going faster, so it goes down really quick and gives your instructor a heart attack. So just look outside the entire maneuver. No sense in looking inside. Your airspeed isn't that critical. You already took off, right? So.
Yep.
Yeah. So just make sure you're getting ground effect. What else?
As a student pilot, it's my job to try to kill us, right?
Yeah, right.
And your job is to keep me from killing you.
Exactly. Yeah. You just keep me on my game, right?
I really like the unusual attitude recovery. I think I just need to learn which way to go first and get the procedure down. That'll be the chair flying. I think that's one where I'll have to just sit and think about it.
Yeah.
Until I get it in my head to slow down. I'm bad at overcorrecting.
And the biggest mistake with unusual attitudes is doing it too fast. Recognize the problem first. Saw it a couple times there's 2 times where you did the wrong power, right? You either added or pulled it. Because it can be a little bit funky. Your mind just tells you, no, I'm in a descending right-hand turn when you're climbing left-hand turn.
Yeah.
So really just take a second, analyze the situation, correct for it.
You got altitude.
Yeah.
And for that, there's no loss or minimums you have to make. You just have to be able to recover it, right?
Just proper recovery. Yep.
I'm just gonna park it in front because you got somebody coming, right?
Yeah.
Come on, straighten them out. Thank you.
Beckley Unicom, Cessna 332, can we get some gas? Nice.
Unicom, go ahead.
Echo Unicom, Cessna 33 Jet, requesting some gas.
Okay.
Thank you.
Parking brake set, avionics.
Off. Fixture auto cut off. Ignition switch off, master switch off, and I'm not going to put the control lock in because you get ready to leave again. Ha ha! I flew into a cloud. What? Did you hear that?
Yeah. Your headset just fart. Oh boy.
Like a stop. Key right there.
Find a bottle of water in there.
I'm not loading the next person my headset because it's mine. Yep, I'll be right there.